Abel Sanchez. Abel, what are you doing here today at the Lomachenko versus Walter weigh-in?
Actually, I have a fighter fighting tonight, tomorrow night. Konstantin Ponomarev. He fights Viri Ortiz in an 8-round fight.
How do you feel about that fight so far?
You know what? We've done our job in the gym. Hopefully, we're successful tomorrow. But so Viri's a tough customer, and we're looking forward to a real difficult fight.
All right. So obviously, how is Golovkin doing? Like he was supposed to fight against Daniel Jacobs December 10th, but that got pushed back. Could you explain that to the fans?
Danny's people and Tom Loeffler, the promoter for Golovkin, couldn't come to terms for December the 10th. It was just too much to work on, so there wasn't enough time to promote the fight for the 10th. I believe now they're still dealing, and they may fight sometime in March. I don't have the date, but sometime in March. Hopefully it's Jacobs, but if it's not, it'll be somebody. Golovkin has to get back in the ring.
So if it's not Daniel Jacobs, would you expect somebody like Billy Joe Saunders, maybe?
You know, Billy Joe's been talking a lot like he wants to fight, but until they sit down with Tom and sign a contract, it's easy to talk, but you got to sign a contract in order for that to happen.
All right, so Golovkin versus Canelo. Like, is there any news on that? How is the negotiations? Is there any negotiations?
They're still negotiating on a weekly basis with Oscar and Tom. There's always something that comes up, but they're still looking at September. Hopefully Canelo's hand is okay, and he fights in May and has that fight before the Golovkin fight. So they're still looking at September 2017. Hopefully for all of us, I'm a fan too. I'd like to see that fight.
How would you expect Golovkin to win that fight?
Oh, he's gonna knock him out.
He's gonna knock him out?
Of course.
Do you think, how would you compare Golovkin's power to Canelo's power?
Totally different. Canelo's
Oh, sorry, let me rephrase the question. So they sparred before, and I'm pretty sure you were there to see the sparring. How was that? How would you?
Actually, sparring is different than a fight. Obviously, they're wearing big gloves, they're wearing a headgear, and it's a controlled environment. But if you go back to an article by Ring Magazine, Doug Fisher, back about 5 years ago, he was there. He witnessed the sparring. So you can read exactly what happened. But sparring is one thing and a fight's totally different.
All right, so Lomachenko versus Walters, is there anybody that you give the edge to in this fight?
Oh, absolutely, Lomachenko.
Lomachenko, and why is that?
He's just a better fighter. He's just a better all-around fighter. He's got great feet. Great amateur background. He's never off balance. He's always throwing punches from the right position. He's gonna be a star. He's gonna be a huge star.
All right. So last week, Kovalev versus Ward. What did you think about the decision?
I thought the Kovalev got robbed.
You think he got robbed?
Yes.
Why is that?
I thought the Kovalev won 114, 112, somewhere in there. I thought that he did enough in the first 6 and with a knockdown, and then he had to have one round in the last 6 that he won. Ward was more of a wrestling match, but that's the way Ward fights. Ward did exactly what he needed to do. But I think that really the reason that Ward won is because his corner won it for him. His corner was able to adjust, Virgil was able to adjust, and John wasn't able to adjust as well as Virgil. So I think that the corner was the reason for that fight going to Ward.
So what does Golovkin do on his spare time? Like what is he doing now? Is he training or is he
I believe he's in France
relaxing?
right now. I believe he's in France doing an opening for Jordan with Ray Allen, the basketball player. I think that's what he was doing this weekend.
And when does he come back to train?
You know, I don't. When he comes back, I only want him in my gym 9 weeks before his fight. I don't like him in the gym at all before that. Even though he was in the gym about 2 weeks ago for 3 weeks training. You know, like he just likes to be in the gym. But I really don't want him training for a fight, but 9 weeks before.
All right. Is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, I have 2 guys fighting in Russia. One on the 2nd, Denis Shafikov is fighting Richard Comey for the mandatory in the IBF 135. And Murat Gassiev is going to knock out Denis Lebedev on the 3rd in Russia for the IBF and WBA titles.
All right, thank you.